The San Francisco 49ers are looking to go undefeated for the remaining of the season. And we're going to break that down right here on the Wayne Breezie Show. Let's go.
Breezy this, breezy that. They know I'm gold-blooded. I got the Niners on my back, you know. Breezy this, breezy that. Ain't nobody working like Breezy, and that's a fact. Overmotivated is an understatement. Gold-blooded to the core, got your squad hating. Breezy make it look easy. Breezy on everything like 05067 Weezy. This is not a game. Yeah, we faithful in every way. And even though we on the East Coast, very loyal to the Bay. Heavy red and gold every day. And if you really a Niner fan, I know you can relate. Applying pressure with this content like Smaller Bear. We not accepting no slander about Trey, so beware. I stay in exclusively Niner hats. And I always tell the truth, this exclusively Niner facts. Breezy this, breezy that. They know I'm gold-blooded. I got the Niners on my back, you know. Yeah. Breezy this.
What's going on, everybody? It's your boy Wayne Breezie, and we're back for another Wayne Breezie show. Had to say it 3 times. It's the 3rd show of the week. We're back. I got a very special guest that's going to grant us with his presence on today. He's going to bless everybody with some good old 49er talk, and I can't wait to get down to the get down. Shout out to everybody in the chat. I see y'all out there. Round of applause to you guys. Man, what's good? Energy's good. Everybody energy good? If your energy's not good, here's a piece of energy. Let's go. All right, that's just a little piece of it. Take it, do what you need to do with it, put it inside of a cube, get some Tupperware, do what you got to do with the energy, but make sure you get through this day, all right? I just want to make sure you guys are straight. Let's get down to the get down real quick, man, so we can bring on our guests and get started with the show. First and foremost, make sure you guys like this joint. If you're watching it right now, hit the like button. That's the thumbs up, all right? If you're not subscribed to the channel, go ahead and subscribe to the channel. You can see the handle right there at the bottom at the Wayne Breezie. So make sure you guys go ahead and do that. And don't forget to comment in the comment section. I like to get to know each and every one of you if I can. So go ahead and leave a comment. I promise I'll respond. Now, I know I'm not rocking a residency hat, but you already know we're partnered up with them, and there's the promo code right there. Go to www.residency.com, use the promo code SFBreezy, okay, and save on your purchases right now. You can do it right now while I'm talking. Go ahead and get yourself something from Residency, all right? You dig? You can do that. Now, the reason why I'm not rocking the Residency hats, because I'm rocking what I call the throwback, because today is Wine Back Wednesday, which means there's going to be Wine Back trivia, and we got to have our Wine Back moments. So, guys, get your Wine Back moment from when the San Francisco 49ers faced the either San Diego Chargers or the Los Angeles Chargers. Cool fun fact, they've only played the Los Angeles Chargers once during the regular season. Just thought I'd throw that out there just in case it's on the trivia for today. Not saying it is, but just in case it's on there, I just gave you guys an answer. Now, don't forget to participate. We got a juicy poll question going on right now. You know, I want to know from you, what was the greatest quarterback wide receiver duo in the history of the San Francisco 49ers? You can see the choices out there. All right, so make sure you guys go ahead, participate. If I didn't get a chance to say good morning to everybody, what's good? Now, in today's episode, we're going to have some fun. Said that already. We're going to do a what if. Like right now, we were in the playoffs. The playoffs started. We're going to do something like that. We're going to break that down. All right, we're going to talk about, you guys already know the latest 49ers news. There's nothing new. Today, they do have practice, though. So be on the lookout for some reports from all your favorite 49er content creators, especially the one that I'm about to bring on right now. Ladies and gentlemen, make some noise for my man. I call him A-Dub. 49ers first takes in the building. Round of applause for my man, Aaron. What's going on, baby?
What's up, man? How you doing?
I'm good. I'm a lot better than I was two and a half weeks ago.
Oh man, your intro, dude, you got me hyped. And for me, it's what 11 a.m. just like you. I don't have that much energy in the morning, but that was awesome. I like
When
your
the
intro,
East-
everything. That's great.
Appreciate you, bro. When the East is in the house, oh my gosh, it's crazy. You got two East Coast 49er content creators right now rocking on the same channel. It's about to go down. Real quick, I just want to shout out because Ben Peterson, shout out to Ben Peterson. He's over there on Facebook. Ben, make sure you come and join the YouTube community as well, right? He wants to know news on Kinlaw. And do you have any new news on Kinlaw? Because last time I checked, he didn't practice on Monday. There was no practice on Tuesday. I don't think he's going to be expected to play for the next several weeks. What are your thoughts? Any new news on Javon Kinlaw?
No, that your guess is as good as mine. They haven't really said anything. They were a little bit more open about Armstead's injury and about the fracture in the ankle and the plantar fasciitis. He says he's close, but with Javon Kinlaw, that's a sad situation. I don't blame him that they drafted him with his known history, but yeah, no new news on him for sure.
All right. Now, guys, we'll answer a couple of questions right now, but don't forget to put your stuff in the form of a question. We'll get to that at the very tail end of the show. Raphael 5629er says, will Verrett get snaps on Sunday? Aaron, let them know. What are your thoughts on this? They already know how I feel. It's a hell yes for me. This is a game where the team that drafted him, that's just my theory, but don't take me. I want to know what you think.
I think I would love to see him get snaps, but like I said on my NWO show on Monday, and what I'll probably say today and the rest of the shows that I had this week is like, you got to use him in a platoon. You can't just throw him out there and have him play 60 defensive snaps. I'd say him and Demo, some sort of rotation, see who's playing better. And, slowly kind of move him back in, hopefully to the starting lineup. The amount of injuries he's had, especially out of the lower legs, whatever we get out of him at this point this season is a plus. But yeah, I would definitely get him on the field, but definitely in a limited role to start.
Now, that's one limited role I can actually agree with when it comes to Jason Verrett. He's like a prized possession and be like that Joker wild card that you need to get to the playoffs. We're going to do a nice little playoff activity in a second. So he could be exactly that. Like, I got a Joker's wild. He's good to go. Let's put him out there, especially like the last 4 or 5 games of the season. Let him get acclimated. And then he could be really good and geared up for a playoff run. Just a quick question to add to the question. What's going on, Perk Dog and everybody else out there? I know a lot of people said, okay, Callie's talking to the people in the chat. Thank you, Callie. That's exactly why I put that there, bro. I knew you knew that. Anyway, what are your thoughts when it comes to Jason Verrett, right? Like, what is your I mean, I know the injury is the biggest concern, and I know you want him to have a limited role. But if Jason Verrett does start, are you starting Demo and then at the slot? Are you leaving Jimmy Ward there and then rotating Demo at that cornerback 2 spot? Just curious to know your thought process on that.
If I had to go based on where I think people fit, I'd probably put Demo in the slot and move Verrett to the starting, was it left cornerback slot? Ward doesn't seem, you saw the press conferences before he played started playing. He didn't seem too thrilled.
Not at all.
I don't know. I feel like Ward has earned the right to be a safety at this point in his career. But if I had to choose just based on what I think is the best for the team as far as, talent and who belongs where, I would keep Timo in the slot. If, Verrett does well and seems to be physically able to make it through said games, then yeah, I would do that. I would somehow work Ward back into his safety position. I know you really don't want to platoon safeties, but I mean, I feel like he's earned the right to be there. So it's tough, man. Like, it's all about winning and who gives us the best chance. And it's not up to us, it's up to the coaches. So whatever I'm thinking completely probably contradicts anything that the defensive coordinators or defense coordinator John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan are thinking. So, but that's just
okay. Very, very well. So I got a text message right now for something that we may have to end this show, and we'll have to redo it a little bit later.
Okay.
I'm just waiting for this text message to come through. Somehow there was some miscommunication. I have to go attend the funeral, and I thought, okay, so no, I'm right. It is at 1. They're just confusing me. Anyway, yeah. Okay. Just checking in there. All right. So we're good to go. So we'll be out of here by 12. All right. So I agree with you. I'm all about, I like Demo, like them in the slot. I kind of want to see some Womack. I think I'm ready for Womack.
Me too.
I think it's
absolutely. Why not? I mean, what's the reason anyways? Is it his run fits? Can he not tackle? Like what's
he's a good tackler.
Yeah.
Listen, even if he can't tackle, you know what he does? Forces fumbles, forces turnovers, right? You want the playmakers on there. Like, you know what I'm saying? The playmakers out there, excuse me. Let him be out there, man. He finds ways to make plays. Even when he's on special teams, what is he doing?
Making plays. Yeah.
So it's time. It's if we're trying to go undefeated.
Yeah.
Right? Because I think the 49ers can go 13-4, right? 4 losses and win out. I really do believe that they can if they cross their T's and dot their I's. If each level show up, and we're going to get to that. I promise you, we're going to break that down in a second. But have your best players out there and ready to go. And then if something happens and you got to kind of sub people in and sub people out, then you got to do what you got to do. Like, you know what I mean? But I would like to see some Womack. I think it's Womack time. He's been a playmaker since the moment he stepped on the field during the preseason. He played a couple of games. He didn't play bad or poorly. He gave up a couple of touchdowns in one game. You had him starting outside. He wasn't even playing in the slot. He was outside covering guys. He gave up the touchdown to Mariota. Look, everybody had a bad game in Atlanta, the way I look at it.
Yep.
And I feel like you got to let this kid come back out there and ball out. Like, you know what I'm saying?
I'd love to see him. Let's
get to this, man. All right. So here's a graphic, right? And we're going to play this game. If the playoffs started today, the 49ers are currently in the 7th seed in the NFC. So you got Eagles, obviously, they're the 1 seed. So they get a bye. Everybody else is playing. You got Seahawks, Giants, all right, at 3-6. You got the Tampa Bay Bucks and the Dallas Cowboys at 4-5. And then the Vikings and the Niners at 2-7. Now, I'm going to take away this graphic. I hope you got a good picture memory. Let's talk about the 2-7. All right, let's talk about that's the lowest seed. Right? We're that wild card. Well, they all wild cards. It's the lowest seed. What are your thoughts, man? San Francisco, Minnesota, because, what are your thoughts on it? I don't want to give you how I feel. What are your thoughts?
It's tough, man, because we've been so inconsistent, and Minnesota is a good team. You know, you can say what you want about them. You can say what you want about Kirk Cousins, but that would be a tough one. We have McCaffrey, so that's the wild card. I think that if we had to get into an offensive shootout, we quite possibly could, stay in it with him. Because of just what we did 2 weeks ago, it just was like, wow, we can actually move the ball at kind of will here and put some points on the board. But man, that would be a tough one for us because if you said it was right now, based on how the 49ers played in the first half, they have been so hot and cold on both sides of the ball. The game against the Rams, that second half was the first time I think I saw us as a team play complementary ball on both sides. You had the defense getting after it. You had offensively actually scoring touchdowns instead of field goals. That's the problem. Why we lost to the Chiefs was like Chiefs put up points in their sleep, right? And we come back and the best we could do is field goals. Eventually, it's just not going to work. I don't care how good your defense is. So it would be, I don't know. I would say we win, but it would definitely be, I think that would be a game where both defenses probably are going to take the day off because I just think that they have a lot of playmakers and it's going to be in their building. And I think the 49ers, as good as their defense has been at times this year, they've been inconsistent too. So you never know which defense you're going to get. But man, it's hard to say right now. If this is a couple weeks from now and the Niners played some consistent ball, I'd probably have a different answer for you. I'd probably say, Niners all day, but you really don't know at this point.
I hear you. I hear you. I'm extra confident that the 49ers would beat the snot out of the Minnesota Vikings.
Of course you are.
That's it's just
You're
what
very,
they.
you're, no,
No,
I'm just saying you're very positive.
no. But it's check the trajectory. Kyle
You're right.
Shanahan is losing him.
No, we beat them all the time, especially in the playoffs.
Mainly in the playoffs. The only
Mainly
time that it matters, right?
Right.
I think it's more like so Kyle Shanahan, if you check his track record, his tendencies is he coaches better like when he has to play against people that he loves, right? He loves Kirk Cousins. He has an affinity for Kirk Cousins, right? And guess what he's gonna want to do? Beat the snot out of Kirk Cousins, right? Because he wanted Kirk Cousins here. And Kirk Cousins went and signed the $80 million deal in Minnesota, like fully guaranteed.
He's the reason we didn't scout Mahomes.
He's the main reason why we didn't scout Mahomes.
Right.
I'm just saying that I have no fear. I'm with you, Collie. Finally, we can touch an agreement, brother. High five. I don't fear any team except for one. And I know this won't make any sense to anybody out there. There's only one team that puts a little scare in my tear, and that is the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Because if they make it to the playoffs, we're talking Tom Brady. We're talking playoff Brady, not regular season Brady. We're talking playoff Brady. And playoff Brady is a tad bit different than every quarterback in these playoffs. He's just different. And somehow, some way, he'll probably figure out a way. He'll get some calls. Things tend to go Tom Brady's way. Only team I feel like I would have a little bit of concern. But if somebody knocks them off, cool. We ain't got to worry about them. I think we take care of the Eagles. Let me go back to this graphic, bro, because I told you to have photographic memory. I forgot everything I saw. All right. I think Tampa beats the Bucs. You're not going to like this, but I think the Seahawks beat the Giants. And I think we beat the Vikings. That's just the way I see it. And then we're going to end up playing the mother freaking Seahawks for the third straight time this season in Seattle. If the records were as they were today, we would be playing them in Seattle.
Again.
I hate playing in Seattle.
Me too.
Okay. At least we touch and agree on that.
Oh, it's bad. That building gives me problems.
Oh my! I've never been there, so I'll be going there for the first time this year too. By the way,
I've never actually been to a game in my life.
What? We got to get you to a game.
Yeah. If the Niners come play the Bills, I'll probably go to Buffalo.
Yeah, because I got you. I tell you what, they're probably going to be playing on the East Coast next year, like the Giants or the Jets. Let's go to that game. We're right.
Listen,
here.
I'm a big guy, but I can't handle a group of people that want to toss beer on me. I can't.
Nobody gonna toss no damn beer on you because I'm gonna be there with you. I promise they won't toss beer on you. Let's go to this AFC side.
Okay.
Right? You got the Jets and the Titans. Obviously, the Buffalo got the first bye. Dolphins and Ravens, Chiefs and Chargers. Who you got winning each one of these rounds?
I have the Tennessee Titans beating the New York Jets, mainly because they're starting running back is like the closest thing probably to Earl Campbell that I've seen as far as just a person who is just, wow. He's amazing.
Wow.
He's amazing. Yeah. Ravens, Dolphins.
When you mention players like Earl Campbell, we're telling people how old we are.
Yeah, we're really old. Dolphins, Ravens. I got the Dolphins, and that's my brother's team, but I think offensively they can put up points. They probably won't be able to stop nobody, but I just think with Tyreek Hill and Jalen Waddle, and they're tough to defend. Kansas City and the Chargers. I'm taking Kansas City all day. That's not even a question. Chargers don't belong in the same building as those guys right now. Kansas City's special. Mahomes is special. You can't even get mad when you get your butt kicked by a guy like that. You just got to tip your cap and be like, all right, you're going to be a Hall of Famer one day. So that's all about.
You got to look at it and say, well, we got beat by a future Hall of Famer.
Right.
That's kind of how you got to do it. You know what I mean?
Even though they get a ton of calls on their team, but that's a whole other story.
Let's keep it going. So you got the Tennessee. So it's Tennessee and Buffalo. Who's winning that?
Tennessee and Buffalo. I'm going to take Buffalo.
Okay.
The Buffalo Bills are, listen, I live in Rochester, New York. I'm right near Buffalo. It's Bills freaking, it's Bills Central here. Bills are, listen, man, they got the one thing that you can't, quarterback, an elite level quarterback, man. That's how you win championships. And they have that. Malik Willis, love the kid, but Nah, no way they beat the Buffalo Bills. It's just not going to happen.
Got you. All right. Back to the graphic. You got let's see, Dolphins and the Chiefs.
Chiefs. Sorry, Jared. My brother's name is Jared. Sorry, Jared. You ain't beating the Chiefs. It's not happening.
So
As much as
Chiefs
they might score as much as Kansas City, if it's in Arrowhead, yeah, it's a tough one.
Whew. All right, so Chiefs and Bills rematch.
I'm gonna go Chiefs. I think they win again.
The Chiefs the Chiefs won last year in the playoffs, but they lost this year during the regular season.
Don't matter.
Doesn't matter.
It's gonna be.
Will you explain to everybody why the playoffs is different? Because I'm getting trashed. Playoffs is different.
It's a one game situation. You lose, you go home. It's not like the regular season where you got another game to play the next week. And so if you don't win, it's like, okay, I'm automatically, burying the game that we just played and moving on to the next. It's win or go home. And I just think, dude, man, like we watched that playoff game last year. The Bills did everything they could to beat those guys, and it still wasn't enough.
Yeah.
Where would the game be, in Buffalo?
Yeah, they got the first seed. Everything would have to go through Buffalo. It's the coldest time of the year. It's gonna be snow outside.
It's hard to say because I don't even know with Mahomes. I don't even know if it. Yeah, but I don't know if it matters.
Okay.
With Buffalo, I don't really know if it matters because it's cold in Kansas City this time of year too, or by the time the playoffs start. It ain't Buffalo cold.
Different cold, bro.
Yeah, it is pretty cold up here in the Northeast. I don't know. I think I'll still take Kansas City.
Really?
I just think it. Me and my brother talk about this all the time. It's like, wow, the Bills won, but I look at my brother. I said, as good as the Bills are, I said they're losing to Kansas City again.
All right.
They have their number for some reason. I don't know why that is, but it is what it is. There's not even like a rational explanation other than I guess the Chiefs they've been there, they're experienced, and I don't know. They have Mahomes. They have a future Hall of Fame quarterback. That's kind of pretty much it,
Yeah, 100%. Now, guys, remember we're doing this activity exercise as if the playoffs started today. Right, we do understand that there's some things going on. I see my man Dion's out here. What's going on, baby? There is an injury to Josh Allen. I don't even know if he's going to be sidelined. He's not going to miss the game, though, right? I think he's going to play.
Said something that if he did miss a game, it might be only one.
Okay, so
if you saw the play, his arm got hit as he was throwing, and it got kind of pulled backwards. He tore something or strained something. To me, that could, dude. If they lose him, it's a wrap. Their season.
They don't have a run. He's their run game and he's their passing game.
Yeah, he's everything.
Right, and it wouldn't even make sense for them to try to go out and get OBJ because if he's not going to be available for a game or two, possibly depending on how that injury, is. But I think Josh is going to warrior it out. Now, how will it affect his throwing? I don't know. He'll probably run more. That's just probably what he'll do. But we'll see. We'll see what happens when it comes to Mr. Allen. All right. So your Super Bowl from this picture are what two teams? You got Kansas City versus who on the NFC? It's okay if you don't pick the Niners, bro.
I don't think I'm going to. Man, that's a tough one. I mean, I look at all these teams. Philly is the best team out of all these teams. I'm not saying that they can't lose. It happens sometimes.
Yeah.
Team like Green Bay, of course, but I think Philly, Kansas City looks like it would probably be the Super Bowl. And if that's the case, man, that's a tough one because can the Philadelphia Eagles go score for score on a team like Kansas City? I think if that's the case and they meet up, I think Kansas City wins the Super Bowl. I just think
Mahomes can't live through another Kansas City Super Bowl, bro.
I know, but they're just Mahomes is he's so godlike, man. He's so amazing, his skills.
Point made.
Just Joe Montana made a point. He said everything that you see him do is a lot of the stuff that you coach quarterbacks not to do. The off-platform throws, the sidearms, off schedule. It's all no. And then he goes, and Montana was like, but with him, it's all those, that's what makes him him. Everything off schedule, everything outside the framework of the offense. He's the dude, you watch him play. Does he look super immobile, like or super mobile? He doesn't look super fast.
Good point.
He kind of waddles around, but for some reason nobody can catch him.
I like this faithful fan base, bro. I'm gonna be a homer. Look, this is what it's gonna be. CJ, this is what it's gonna be.
This is the New York mentality that I have. I have slightly negative. Nah, I don't know, man. Like if you're a New York sports fan, you're very much like a realist. And sometimes your realist comes off as not being a homer, and you come off like, man, don't you have any faith in your team? No, I do. I just, based on, like you said, if it was right now, I'm not sure. Give me 4 or 5 weeks. If the Niners really play some, drop, kick-ass ball, and they're really, consistent, then come to me with this question. I might have a completely different answer.
I got you. I totally understand that, man. Here's the thing, though. I like this comment from Amateur Draft Scouts. Is I think the Bills finally have their monkey off their back Super Bowl. He's talking about what we had in 1994 when Steve Young was able to take the Joe Montana monkey off his back. He asked him to take it off his back. When this year, if the 49ers don't get past the NFC playoff gauntlet. Amateur Draft Scout, that is exactly what that is. That's an NFC, that's a playoff gauntlet. But I think they get out of at least the first round. I think some teams are built for the playoffs. Some teams are built for the regular season. We watched the 49ers that were trash last year, the beginning of the season, went on a run, right? And they were built for the playoffs. And if it wasn't for a Jimmy Garoppolo injury, I think they would have easily beat the Rams again, easily. And I'm saying that junk. And I'm confident because that's one team Kyle Shanahan could beat if he has a healthy quarterback.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter who the quarterback is either. It just got to be a healthy quarterback. He beat him with Nick Muck. A healthy quarterback, Kyle Shanahan, can beat the Rams. Tell me I'm wrong.
No, you're not. You're not wrong.
So the one
we busted their butt twice this year. Twice.
But the one thing that was missing, bro, from that playoff game was the health of Jimmy, bro.
Yeah.
I give him kudos for being a man and toughing it out and being a warrior, because that's what I gave him. I gave him a warrior grade last year. That's exactly what he was. He played through 2 injuries, but man, he looked bad. And at some point, it's just like, yo, dude, you're hurting the team more trying to be a warrior than let this kid come out here and F up. Either way, we're going to lose, right? Like, that's the way that we're looking. It's hard to win a game with your quarterback injured. It's hard. But I do commend him for that. But then I also fought him for the loss because injury or not, he couldn't do anything to help the team.
No, he was bad in that game. Yeah. He was real bad.
Damn. It's crazy though, because the Bills have never won the Super Bowl.
Never.
Now you and I are the same age, so we watched them go to Super Bowl 3 years in a row, bro.
4 years.
They lost all 3 years. What was it?
No, they won 4 years.
Cowboys, 4 years. I'm sorry.
Giants, Redskins, Cowboys.
Cowboys. There it is.
And I got 5 fingers up. I'm counting and I have 5 fingers. Sorry, guys.
You ain't gotta apologize, bro. But that's a cool activity, man. It's something just to kind of have some fun. We get ready to kick off the second half of the season. We're gonna do some wind back moments in a second. Before we do that, though, Aaron, let's get down to this 49ers schedule. Now I'm gonna go ahead and pull it up. Okay. I haven't done this activity with you. Okay. I've done it with I believe Nitty Gritty.
I've done it a couple times on a couple streams. We've kind of looked at it, so I got you.
All right, so let's go ahead and break this down, man, because the title of the show is Undefeated, right? And call me cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs, but I think awesome. The 49ers have a legitimate chance going undefeated and to start Sunday night. Now they're playing a beat up, bruised, battered team in the Chargers that always somehow, some way finds a way to win against some of the teams that they were playing against. But the 49ers, man, we talked about this week, bro. You got the returns coming back. You got freaking they just got players like starters and coming back to this team to play. And we already talked about the defense was number 1 before everybody started getting hurt. They're getting multiple pieces back on the defense. can they beat the Chargers and start this undefeated spree on Sunday? What are your thoughts about that?
Yeah, I think they'll beat Kansas City. I think they'll beat the Chargers. I think they'll come out slow. I do think the 49ers are going to come out a little bit lethargic just because they're coming off a bye week. It happens. You come off a bye week, even if you go in, doing really well, that's just the way things go. And I could be totally wrong. They could come out, blow the doors down, and put up a couple touchdowns early on. But I think they beat the Chargers. I just think the Chargers right now are really beat up, and the Niners are going to take full advantage of that. I think this newfound chemistry with Jimmy and McCaffrey is kind of scary because now Jimmy literally has a get out of jail free card like every single time he drops back, which for him and his, lacking arm ability as far as arm strength, what better than to have a running back who you could throw it to for 5 yards and he gets you an extra 15 just by being shifty. And he's not even super fast, McCaffrey. He's just shifty. He's small and low to the ground and he's annoying. Like he's that dude. I work with the dude that kind of reminds me of him. He's built about the same size and he plays linebacker and he plays running back. And it's just like amazing. He's amazing. So yeah, I think we beat the Chargers. I think we come out slow. I don't know exactly what the game score would be. I don't know if it's going to be a blowout, but I think the Niners win comfortably, maybe a 10-point win, but I wouldn't know exactly what the score would be. I just think the Niners are the better team. They have more talent, and they're at home. And
a lot of these games are home too, bro.
Yeah, and they're going to be as healthy as they've been in a long time. So I think that's a huge factor.
All right, so that's one. All right, then they're traveling to Mexico City, bro. All right, it's an away game for the 49ers, but if you know, like I know, we travel, so it's going to literally be a home game and an away place. Even though the Cardinals are the home team, that's a Monday night game. It's an extra day to get players healthy. 49ers, Cardinals, Monday Night Football. Win or lose?
Win.
Okay.
Cardinals are a mess, man. Cardinals are a mess. They got problems.
Understood. There's nothing else to say. I have not watched them play all year except for last Sunday. I watched them implode. That's bad. That wasn't good.
Kyler Murray's yelling at everybody, man. He's yelling at his coach. He's yelling at his wide receiver.
He needs to go to anger management.
Yeah. He's got little man syndrome, man. He's a small guy. He's pissed off all the time.
He's got to get that fixed. Then they go home and play the Saints, bro. I don't think the Saints go marching in here. Is that 3-0 for you?
3-0.
3-0. And then guess what? They're home again. This might be one of their toughest teams that they have to play. Dolphins. I'm gonna be at this game. Speaking of that, before you give your insight on that, just a quick. I just want to let everybody know. Shout out to Patreon legend tier member Miss Cynthia Carroll. Right, what she did was she donated, and we're going to be giving away 2 tickets. All right, to that particular game. If depending on. Let me break this down for you. So it's going to be a Patreon membership contest. So if you're a Patreon member, doesn't matter which tier, all right? If you're a Patreon member, all right? And if you want to get in on this contest, you better become a Patreon member before I actually post the contest and the rules today. It's only going to cost you $5. Join the Patreon, www.patreon.com/WayneBreezie. If you're a Patreon member, the person that gets the most Patreon subscriptions, right, by December 3rd, I believe that's the date, or December 2nd. Can't remember which one it is. It's that Friday. All right. Will be able to enter in the contest, and they would get that particular 2 tickets, all right, to the game. On top of that, you're going to get 2 tickets to the 49ers Rush tailgate. That's going to be on me, all right, and a lot of photo ops at the tailgate. So we're going to have a good time and all that good stuff. But the cool thing is you're going to get the tailgate for free, and you're going to get the game for free. And all you got to do is get the most people to subscribe to the Patreon at that $5 tier, all right? So if you want to enter that, there's the link down there at the bottom of the screen. All right, let's get your take on Miami versus the San Francisco 49ers.
It's a tough one. That's my brother's squad. Our offense is really good, but their defense is so beat up. So if we go into that, I thought this would be a loss, and I've had this as a loss with other people. Well, after watching that game against against the Bears, where they just couldn't stop a freaking cold. I think the 49ers beat them. I think it's a shootout. I think we have some trouble stopping those guys just because they're really good wide receivers. And I think defensively, the Niners should have, for their defense, I think we should have, we should be able to move the ball. They're a really bad tackling team from what I've seen. They miss a lot of tackles.
Yes, sir.
And if you're playing the 49ers and you can't tackle, especially guys like Debo or McCaffrey or pretty much any offensive weapon that we have, you're going to be in for a long day because we're a yak team. We're 5 yards in a cloud of dust. You know what I mean? Like, that's how we play. So I'm taking us as a win for Miami. I think it's going to be close, though. I think the 49ers, unfortunately, are going to give up some plays. They have really good wide receivers, man. Really good.
I'm
like
okay
dumb, like dumb good. Like I've watched enough games to know what I'm talking about. So I'm not saying I know anything, but you know what I mean?
Yeah. You know everything. And I'm okay if it's close. I don't just win. I don't care if you win by a half a point, which I know is impossible.
It's all about that W.
Don't tie this game. I don't want any ties ever.
No ties.
Right. Buccaneers, again, they travel to San Francisco or Santa Clara, and they're going to 49ers are at home again. So what are your thoughts on this?
It's tough because we're still going. It's still Tom Brady. I'm going to go 49ers win this game too.
Okay, so right now you got the 49ers at 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. All right, now let's get down to the kit and caboodle because this is the Thursday night game. I'll be at this game. 49ers are on the road. Short week, right? 4 days later, traveling back home. Well, traveling up a little bit. So it's not a far travel now that I think about it. They just get on the airplane and go a couple of hours, right? They're going up to the mountain west, whatever you call that junk, because we don't live over there, and they're playing the Seahawks.
Loss.
Okay, here comes the realness. You know what? Not mad at you. Not mad at you. Not mad at you. Honestly, I want us to go undefeated, but I think this is going to be the toughest game. And I hate to say it. I think I'm going to have to. I think I agree with you. I actually have this as a loss dating back to before we did schedule predictions that this would be a loss.
They just have a stupid time up there.
Dumb
They literally have won one game up there probably in the last decade. That's bad. That's really bad.
And here's the messed up part, right? We'll play them well for the whole game and lose
on the dumbest stuff, like a block field goal, a punt. Yeah, it's that game we lost to them playing bad last year was an absolute joke.
Vlad says they're a different team, so who knows? They are a different team. What they're doing is they're establishing the run. So if the 49ers by then have Kinlaw and Armstead back, then I'm not as worried.
I would definitely be in a better mindset if we had both D tackles back, and our defensive line is as fresh and as able to make rotations as possible. Because that Niners line, when you're able to rotate guys in and out, and you got Drake Jackson coming as your second line. Yeah, we would be mighty scary. We're not going against Russell. We're going against friggin'. Although he's playing really well this year. I don't know what to say. I think it's a farce. I think it's not real, but I could be proven wrong. I just think it's just weird stuff. It's a division game too. Division games are always wonky. Like the Dolphins always seem to beat the Patriots back in the day, at least once a season, no matter how good the Patriots were. And so division games are different. There's a rivalry. There's a lot of personal issues with each other. I don't know. And there's a lot of familiarity too. Yo, you might want to bounce that dude out of your chat.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm not even paying attention to the chat.
That low key cat.
Oh yeah, we got him. He's sorry for hacking me. All right, man. Peace out, brother.
What the hell?
Yeah, that's the kid that did the hacking. All right, so let's keep this going because I gotta speed this up just a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
All right, no rush, but it just got to speed up. Commanders, 49ers back at home.
Win.
Christmas Eve. 49ers on the road, New Year's Day. Raiders.
Win.
Cardinals, 49ers, second game, January 8th. 49ers back at home.
Win.
7-1. No, 8-1. Excuse me, I can't add. We got the 49ers going 8-1.
What is that? Pretty much what you had to, or you had us undefeated?
I had us undefeated, but then I started looking at that stupid Seattle game, and I had that one circled. Then I went back and did my preseason schedule predictions when the schedule first came out, like in May, and I actually had us losing that game. And so I'm like, you know what, Wayne? I had us losing that game for a reason. And it's just because it's the Seahawks, it's there, and we usually split one a year. And I felt since we got one, I'm cool with it. If we lose one, I'm cool with it. The only thing about that game is that's probably going to be one of those must-win games, bro. Because Seattle does not know how to lose right now. Like, no matter what they do, they're winning games.
If
right?
I had to give us a second loss, it would probably be to the Miami Dolphins.
I got you. 72, which will put us at what? That'll be 6 losses. So that's what, 10-6? It's 11.
11-6.
11-6.
As long as we get the division, to me, the division is the most important thing.
Right. So we got to be, that's why. So here's the thing. Got to be Arizona in 2 weeks, right? That just gives us 4-0 in the division. That way, if we lose to Seattle, right, I guarantee you last week of the game, last week of the season, I guarantee you Arizona, they're not even going to be playing for anything. So they're going to be playing for a draft pick. So that's a win, right? The only game is the stupid Seattle Seahawks game that I have circled around there. Now the 49ers can win it. The question is, will they win it? 8-1 is what we got. That's what we got. We came up with that collectively. Shout out to Aaron, man. Round of applause to you for that, bro. I love that. kind of walked me off my high horse just a little bit, and even put a little cliff note addendum. Watch that Miami game.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna have to pay attention.
My brother knows that I'm afraid of Miami, just because of coaching familiarity and good wide receivers on the outside. Yeah. Niners have struggled a little bit against when they play Kansas City. So to me, I don't know. We'll see. We don't know. We really don't know.
We don't. All right. Question. No question is a dumb question. All right. That's number one. If we sweep the division, right, and Seattle still ends up with a better record, who wins the division?
It would be us, right?
Yeah, because if you the key is to win the division.
Division
right?
record it
outweighs.
If you get a division, if you win your division, you automatically have a playoff spot.
Right.
If our division record is 5-1 and theirs is 4-2, we win, right? That's regardless of their record. That would be because I know there's been some complaints about team with a lesser record being in a playoff spot. So I would assume that the Niners win, right?
I'm gonna look it up. Teams
that would be strange if that's not the case.
That win the division in the NFL. So it says, see if there's some type of. I thought that was what it was.
Me too.
If you win a division, you're guaranteed a spot. And so okay, so here it is. I got it. They're saying it's the record first, but I disagree. I think it's the division first. So if you win a division, you're guaranteed a spot. If your record is better, you're a higher seed. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you're the higher seed if your record is better.
Right.
But if you're a division winner, you automatically get a playoff spot. And you get a home game too.
Okay.
Even if it's a wild card. Pretty much
it's different. So they're saying record first. Everybody's saying record first. So well, what we're saying is, are you guaranteed a spot? I believe that was the question. Right?
Niner Gang Podcast said the same thing. If you win your division, you're in, period.
That's what I'm saying. So like if you win the division,
that's why I think it's.
They say teams with the most wins take the division first. Okay.
Nah, I'm not trying to argue with the chat. I'll have to look that up. Yeah, I should tweet I should go tweet a player or an ex-player or an ex-coach or something. Be like, hey,
because I thought, all right. So Vlad is saying, yeah, but you're not winning division if Seattle has a better record. You're winning. Okay, I think I get what they're saying. Like it's got to be the better record, but you're still guaranteed. But that's what we're saying. You're guaranteed a spot if you win the division. So if you go 6-0 in the division, that's how it used to be. Because remember, it wasn't 7 teams, so it might be different. I don't know.
That's weird. Yeah.
Coach Cruz says you can go 6-0 in the division and still not win the division. So they're right.
Yep. And you got DeMarcus Dixon right above him who says division first.
So you gotta, I don't know. It's whatever. Who cares? You just need to win.
Just get in the playoffs.
How about we just go undefeated and then we don't have these questions? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Take care of your business in the regular season, and then you don't got to worry.
All right. Let's go ahead and get down to the fun part of the show. That was a really cool exercise. All right. Now it's Kahoot time. So guys, get your Kahoot apps out. You can go to kahoot.it. I'm going to pull up the code as we speak. All right. So I'm going to get that all Gucci'd up for you guys. Let's see. Here we go. Don't be paying attention to the questions. All right. The number is going to pop up now. Aaron, if you don't have the Kahoot app, do this on your phone. You go to kahoot.it. There's a PIN number, or you can scan that code right there. All right. I want you guys to scan that joint.
Hold on.
All righty, right.
Oop. Where are we here? What's it spelled? K.
Hold on. I'm sharing the wrong screen.
Okay. I'm installing it right now.
You don't even have to install the app. You can just go right on your web browser, type in kahoot.it, and it'll take you right to the site. Let me just get the right screen up. How about that? Here we go. All right, 638-6436. You can scan that code right there. There it is for you. I'll try to blow it up a little bit more so you guys can see it. Now, being that it's throwback or wind back, let's talk about this. What was one of your favorite wind back memories? San Francisco 49ers, the Los Angeles or San Diego Chargers. All right, got Coach Cruz in there. I see you guys coming in there. Give us one of your wind back moments. Here's a little bit of history, though. 49ers, Chargers, man, 8-6. The Chargers actually lead when it comes to playing the 49ers, this is according to StatMuse. All right. Also, the 49ers won the first meeting, which is in 1972, and they lost the last meeting in 2018. One of the questions maybe have something to do with like who, I don't know. Let me not give anything away. All right, now we are going to be giving a card away. I'm going to look for a card from that player from that game. See if I got something. All right, man, everybody's in. I'm going to give you guys maybe 2 more minutes to get in. All right, then we got to start. There's 115 of you. I would love for all 115 of you to play. That would be awesome sauce. All right, so let's think of some of the players who played in that game. Let's go with, can I do a Jerry Rice? I have a Jerry Rice. Let's do a Jerry Rice. How about that? Let's do a Jerry Rice. All right, so we're going to be giving away as you can see, number 80 right there. There they go. They're entering the thing. Now, I know this is on a lag. It's a little bit of lag for everybody out there. Just a little 8-second delay. All right. Shout out to my man. What's going on, Ramilia Sports Reports? Good to see you, bro. Here we go. This is going to be for that Jerry Rice. Oh, Marcus is here. Listen, look, Marcus is the king of Kahoot. He just knows his 49ers trivia. So don't be alarmed. Don't be scared, anybody. But Marcus is in the building, and he's won almost every week, except for the last one, I believe. But he's back. All right. All right. We get ready to start. And exactly it gets to that 50-minute mark on my clock. We're going to go ahead and start. I hope everybody is in. Who's unknown games? All right. So this is a playoff Jerry Rice card. 2020 Panini playoff football card. It has his stats on there. This is nice. Nice. All right. Now, the way you'll get your card is you have to, all right, DM me either via Twitter or via Instagram. All right. Let me know if you're the winner. All right. 30 more seconds, guys. 30 more seconds to get in. All right. And here we go. And we're going to get this started. I'm actually excited. We only got 11 people playing, though, so good luck, man. Shout out to the 11 that's in. Hopefully more will show up as the game goes along. Again, the pin is 638-6436. If you have the app on your phone, there's my bro 49er Media's in the building. If you have the app on your phone, you can just type in the pin. If you have your camera, pull out your camera. You can scan that code, that QR code at the top. Colleagues, there's everybody. All right, now we got people coming in. People dropped out. All right, on my clock, it is at the 50-minute mark. I have to click start so we can get on up out of here. Here we go. Hoot at work. 49ers versus Chargers. And I'll do my best to preface the question and read it to you. It's true or false? Starting with true or false. The 49ers have a winning regular season record against the Chargers. Let's see how much they were paying attention to the show. Now, some of these questions are going to be worth double points. So there's going to be chances if you get something wrong, don't worry. There's going to be some double point questions. You can get it right and get double the points, double the pleasure, double the fun, double the points.
Double mint gum. Again, showing my age.
I started it. The answer was false, guys. They're 8-6. I just talked to you guys about it. 49ers are 8-6 against the Chargers. All right, here we go. Let's keep it moving. Welcome on to recaps in first place. Coach Cruz, Marcus, CJ, Kagan, Mulberry Group, top 5. Let's keep it moving. What year did the 49ers defeat the Chargers in Super Bowl 29? What year? 94, 95, 93, 96.
Freshman in high school.
Hey.
That was a great game, by the way.
It was a great game, man. Something about that. I'm telling you.
I was watching with Steelers fans, and they were like, we were in there, we would have beat you. I'm like, you got beat by the team we're whooping. What are you talking about?
The fourth play of the game was the touchdown to Jerry Rice, man. And I was just like, oh, man.
And then Ricky Waters after that.
Then Ricky Waters right after that, man.
That was beautiful.
All right, the answer was 1995. It was the 94 season, but the Super Bowl happened in January of 95. All right, so shout out to everybody got that right. All right, VZ408 then jumped up into the top 5 along with 49er Media. Mike, you're in first place. Who was the starting quarterback for the 49ers when they faced the Chargers in 2018? Oh, this is a puzzle, just in case people were like, huh? Let's see if they give it away. I feel like they wait into the whole picture. But hey, guys, even if you get it right, you got to get it right the quickest.
They're waiting for that whole thing to do.
Some of them are like revealed because I realize that sometimes I'll be asking some really hard questions. Shout out to the 7 people that put CJ Beathard. You got it right. Coach Cruz is in first place. That's what I'm talking about. You done moved up, man. Top 5, Collie. I see you, baby. You done moved up into the top 5. Question number 4: Who led the team in receiving in the 2018 matchup against the Chargers? Who led the team? Marquise Goodwin, George Kittle, Kendrick Bourne, Pierre Garçon.
It's like croissant.
Croissant. Who that here? So some people think they're cheating because they're just gonna wait for the picture to pop up, and I get it. But you're answering the question late. So even if you're right, it's not fast enough.
The only reason I know this one is I watched the highlight on Twitter the other day, and I'm like, oh, okay. So if I was actually playing, I probably would have guessed it.
All right, I think we got all the answers, all 14 people. George Kittle was the answer. Shout out to the 9 people that got that correct. Coach Cruz, Marcus then moved up to second. 49er Media's in third. Collie's in fourth. Javi, 49er, in fifth. We got a new top 5. The 49ers lost 3 games during the 1994 season. True or false? Those uniforms are so dope, man. Mm-hmm. I know they replicated them, but those are still better.
They were crispy. The white on whites, like when we played in Atlanta.
Oh, yeah.
Or we played the Chargers in the regular season and Dion got that pick.
Answer was true, guys. Shout out to the 6 of you that got that one correct. Top 5 is moving around. Woke's back in the top 5. All right, we got about 4 more questions left, guys. Double points. Here you go. How many points did the 49ers score in Super Bowl 29? I said 49ers. Crazy, right? Was it 48, 47, 49, or 50?
Is that even a question?
I don't know. Got to put the question mark there, didn't I?
No, it's all good. I'm just saying, is that even a question? Like, if you're a real Niners fan, you know this.
Oh, I got you. Yeah. It's right. The answer was 49. 6 of them got it right. 5 people got it wrong. 7 people got it wrong. Actually,
wouldn't have been 26 if we didn't freaking give up that kickoff return.
Tell me about it, bro. Tell me about it. All right, we got some new movements going on. Shout out to Deanne, who is the highest climber. All right, you're climbing up those double points. All right, 49ers DBs, Eric Davis, Deion Sanders, and Toy Cook had interceptions in Super Bowl 29. Who had the longest return?
That's a good question. I remember. I should have played. This app confuses me, though. I was looking at it. I'm like, oh, this is weird.
Who had the longest return? That picture may be incorrect, too, by the way. It was Deion Sanders. It was prime time. It was for 15 yards, ladies and gentlemen. And the top coach Cruz is cruising at number 1. Oh my gosh, he's got double points. Here you go. How many touchdowns did Steve Young score in Super Bowl 29? How many touchdowns did Steve Young score? 3, 4, 5, or 6?
Oh, look at that picture. We got Brent Jones.
Oh, we got Brent Jones. You got Tim McDonald, Merton Hanks, Steve Young, bunch of camera mother suckers.
Get the sound guy behind him. What's he doing back there? Get out of there.
The answer was 5. Yo, he had 5 touchdowns in that game, bro.
He had 6.
Jeez. All right, here we go. Almost done, guys. 2 more questions, man. Super Bowl 29. Who led the team in rushing? Ricky Wallace, Jerry Rice, bar none, Steve Young.
I could tell by the picture who it is already.
See? I realized that we have different types of learners. You have your visual learners, your auditory learners, your hands-on learners. I just wanted to make this available for everybody, all types of learners. It was Steve Young. And if I know off the top of my head, I believe he had about, was it 40 something, 40 plus, almost 50 yards rushing?
About that, yeah. Jerry Rice had an end around in that game. He did pretty well himself.
I think he had 11 in that, and then 11 on that play.
He had he got hurt his shoulder. He separated his shoulder in that game.
That's right. Coach Cruz, is cruising. I should have did number 10 as it's double points. Look what I did. In 2018, who led the team in tackles against the Chargers? K'Wan Williams, Reuben Foster, Malcolm Smith, or Fred Warner?
I don't know that one. That's a year I wanted to forget.
I understand.
Picture don't help much, but I think I know who it is.
And the answer was Fred Warner when he was wearing number 48, guys, if you guys can remember that. All right. Shout out to everybody that participated, man. I truly appreciate it.
Good job, guys.
Round of applause to you guys out there. We got our 3rd place participant. Marcus came in 3rd place. 2nd place is Woke Niner Recap. Shout out to my man Mike. And 1st place, my man, all the way from the other side of the country, my man Coach Cruz. Congratulations, baby. Hey, man, you get this Jerry Rice.
Golf clap.
Let me zoom this Jerry Rice in real quick. Hold on. See if they'll let me zoom it in. Nope. Let me stop the screen. All right, so let me go here. Boom.
Beautiful. That's awesome.
Rice. All right. That's the rice. It's coming to you, bro. Just send me your information. I think I already have it, but send it to me again, dang nabbit. All right. Look, that was fun. Let's get you off this. Let's get you back on here. That was fun. Nice exercise, man. Listen, I appreciate you for coming on here, bro. Listen, let everybody know. All right. Let everybody know where they can find you, what time your schedule, your shows appear. Like, this is the time. Plug yourself, bro.
So Mondays I do a show called the NWO. little play on the wrestling thing with 49er Minded, Beto, Niner Sickness Podcast, Ryan from No Border Sports. We do a 9 o'clock show.
Nice.
Wednesdays, I'm with Ted H. He's got the TED Talk show he just started. I'm with him at 6:30 p.m. Eastern. Again, we talk Niners, recap, look ahead. Fridays is a Mean the Dream, 9:30 p.m. Eastern. This coming today, I'm going to be with Ted, and we're going to have a special guest. We're going to have Rohan Chakravarthi with us. So that's going to be a cool show. And then Friday, I might have the Camperman Report on with me and Amin, two young cats who are good big Niners fans. So yeah, Monday, Wednesday, Fridays are usually it. And I'm trying to possibly do a stream with a couple other new guys that started streaming recently. Maybe a post-game stream, I don't know. But I try to keep it about 3. It's kind of like the magic number. I have 4 this week because you invited me on here, which I didn't think I had a shot at coming on. So I appreciate you for having me on. Well, because you said that you had 1 spot left, and I was just like, if I would have asked like 10 minutes later, I might have been gone. So
nah, listen, I decided I'm gonna do this for next week too. Listen, I just want to create a community for everybody, bro. So like we all can eat, man, and that's what this is all about. You know what I'm saying? So
no, I agree.
I just, I'm glad you were.
We should all be running the same race. We all shouldn't be trying to just outdo each other. We should try to support and bring up others to our level.
100%. 100%. There was a typo in my thing. It was 6 touchdowns. I meant
6.
to put 6.
Yeah.
I made this
joke. He broke Joe Montana's record of 5 against Denver.
Right. It was 6 touchdowns. I selected the wrong right answer. That's what happened.
He must have mispronounced. It's okay.
No.
The chat got on it immediately.
Oh,
it was 6.
What happened was, so when you make the Kahoot challenges, you got to select the right answer, and I selected the wrong right answer.
That's crazy.
So I had 6 on there, and that was the right answer. I just selected the wrong one. That's what happens when you make this in bed at 1 a.m. Got to do it earlier. All right.
Exactly.
So note to self, do these earlier. And I did it early. I did like on Monday night after Nitty Gritty Niners. I'm like, yo, I'm up. Let me do the Kahoot challenge. And I made a typo. It was 6 touchdowns, guys.
You're on the MacBook or the computer, you might as well do it while you're sitting there.
Right.
Because once you close it, and we're old, we get sleepy sleep, Us old folks need to sleep. My man Graybeard here.
It happens every time.
When do you turn 43?
Actually in 2 years. So I'll be 42 this upcoming January.
All right, because I turn 43 in like a month.
Wow, you got a birthday.
Old Man River coming up. Yeah, I'm a December baby.
Hey,
I was born the same year Joe Montana was drafted. So you knew I had to be a 49ers fan. That's just how it had to work.
Wait a minute. Maybe I did select the right answer and I said 5. So maybe whoever put 6 got it right.
Possibly.
I think I said the wrong answer and I had selected the right answer. Whatever. Anyway, it is what it is. Shout out to everybody out there. Constructive criticism is the only way to go.
That's right.
We got to get to this poll question before we jump off out of here. And Aaron, it's been a pleasure.
Thank you
on the show, and I truly appreciate it. And I would love to do this a lot more, especially on these daily shows, man. It's always cool to pick the brain from another great 49er mind. You know what I'm saying? So
I appreciate that. And I look up to you as a content creator.
And I look up to you as well.
There's certain individuals who do good. They do good by the community by being all inclusive. You got it, so I appreciate that.
Got you.
Thanks, Paul. Appreciate that.
Thank you, Paul. And 49er Media, my young gun right here who just checked me, he said, I said the wrong answer. So I did select the right answer. I just said the wrong answer. All right. It happens. Shoot. Sue me. Well, don't sue me.
Stuff happens, people.
Right. Let's get to this poll question. What was the greatest 49ers quarterback duo of all time? 71% said Montana and Jerry Rice. All right. Now, I got these stats. So I gotta pull these stats up real quick. Listen, Montana and Rice, dynamic. But I think Young and Rice was a little bit.
Mm-hmm. They had more touchdowns together.
Way more touchdowns, bro. And yards. They play more games too. It's really weird, right? So here we go. Let me read you do I have it right here? All right, here we go. Jerry Rice had 780 catches for 11,462 yards and 119 touchdowns in 137 games with Steve Young in his career. Now, this is to StatMuse. They made the error. That's on them. Okay? I'm just reading. No, y'all ain't gonna get me on this one. All right. Now, Joe Montana, Jerry Rice had 386 catches, 6,710 yards, 67 touchdowns, and 77 games with Joe Montana in his career. I'm reading it again.
That's insane.
On this one, Rice and Young had more yards, more games played, more touchdowns, but everybody picked Montana and Rice over Young and Rice. 1% picked Young and Owens. I did want to read the Young and Owens stats because I thought those were, I didn't know that he even did that much. Terrell Owens had 165 catches, 2,547 yards with 27 touchdowns and only 45 games with Steve Young, and there's the catch too. That was the most famous one.
Yep.
And the reason why I picked that one was because I kind of compared it to what John Taylor and Joe Montana did. So John Taylor had 117 catches, 2,061 yards, and 21 touchdowns in 46 games. So you can see the relevance. That's kind of why I went that way with that one. But Young and Rice would have got my vote.
200 of those yards came in one game too.
200.
Over 200. That was that Rams game. 2 90-yard touchdowns by John Taylor.
Sorry,
Montana
Rams.
threw a 5-yard slant. And Taylor took it the rest of the way.
Sounds Debo Samuel, Jimmy Garoppolo.
And the blocking, Jerry Rice's blocking on that second touchdown was absolutely.
Like you out there blocking, right? I mean, I'm just saying.
If you're a 49er fan or a 49er receiver, you got to know how to block.
And it's been that.
And it's been that way for ages.
Yeah.
Yeah, because we run the ball. So get your, that's why I think Danny Gray is a little bit of a doghouse besides blowing up on, Garoppolo.
Yeah.
He's got to learn how to block. Super Bowl win does it for me. I'll take Montana and Rice just because I think they're the greatest either of positions. Listen, even though Brady, you can say he's the greatest. I still love Joe.
I think both answers are right?
Yep.
So and it comes down to preference.
Yep.
It was something. It was beautiful when Montana and Rice did it, but man, like the quality of the picture of the TV as technology advanced, and Steve Young, Jerry Rice, it just resonates in my spirit, bro.
Well, we were more with it at that point. Like our memories are more clear.
Right. So
if we would have been born in say like 74, and we would have had a completely yeah.
Yeah. So it's 2-1. So CJ Gray says Rice won 2 rings with Montana. He won 1 with Steve Young. All right. So that's kind of what it comes down to. And that's what Ramon and Emily Jones was saying.
Should have won 3 with Montana. 87 season.
So we're not going to have that conversation. We'll save that for another show. But Aaron, man, I appreciate you jumping on. Everybody, thank y'all for jumping on, man. Thanks, sure you stay tuned. Keep your alert set to all. Go ahead and subscribe to 49ers First Takes right here. Follow on Twitter. All right. Make sure you guys go ahead and subscribe to everything that my man Aaron A-Dub is putting out, man. I appreciate that. Showing this man some love. He is doing great in the 49ers community. He's doing great for the 49ers community as well as in the 49ers community. So please go out there and show him some love. Guys, we're going to get up out here. See you tomorrow. Tomorrow's Thursday, John Chapman Day, and we're going to actually preview the game. All right. So now we're going to break down stats and get down to the nitty-gritty of the stuff. Aaron, I appreciate you. Love you. Everybody out there, stay up, stay faithful, and do me a favor. Even though it's not Monday, you always keep it nitty-gritty. Thanks for watching.